It's the morning of November 28th, 2023, Calvin Castine at the Plattsburgh International Airport. It's kind of a breezy day, and we're going to go inside and find out even more about Breeze here inside the Plattsburgh International Airport. Don't go away. We are inside now in the concourse, I think they call this. Is that true? Yes. This is Mr. Robert Hall, the chairman of the county Plattsburgh Air Force Base Committee, and a hardworking guy when it comes to this Air Force Base. You go above and beyond sometimes, Bobby, with what you do for this committee that you're on. It's amazing.
Thanks, Calvin. I really am devoted to this airport. I want to see it succeed, and I believe it will.
Now, we're here to, I mentioned the breeze outside, but we're here for a different breeze here inside. Breeze is it Breeze Airlines? Is that the correct name? Or
yes, Breeze Airlines.
Okay, and they're going to be making an announcement here of a flight to sunny Florida today. And
Well, we've got two of them. We're going to go to Orlando, Florida, direct flight, and Tampa, Florida, direct flight. Which a lot of people today want a direct flight. They don't want to stop and and go to other places. And then eventually, in a very near future, they're going to add flights. I can't tell you where. We're hoping. We've got a lot of dreams, and we're hoping.
Fingers are crossed.
Yes, but they are going to be a longtime partner at Plattsburgh, New York.
Yeah, every once in a while we have to take a step backwards because of circumstances, and we did that a year or two ago. I think COVID had a lot to do with it, but this is definitely a huge step forward here, and it's something that I think the whole area should be excited about. And of course, with our neighbors to the north, I'm sure a good percentage of these flyers to Florida are going to be from the north.
These two flights are going to be great for everybody, and you're right. The Canadians are really going to use them. It's going to be a good thing. I'm really looking forward to the next flights when they go somewhere besides Florida, and I think it's going to be great.
Okay. Any idea when we might have some breaking news on that?
Well, I'm hoping for today. I'm hoping they give us a little indication today of where they're going to go. But he told us in the very near future. He said, and I asked him, I said, are you talking months? He said, no, not months. He said, you'll hear in the very near future.
Okay, great. Now, are there other places that people can fly out of here and go to besides taking the Breeze flights?
Well, Allegiant has a lot of flights here going to Florida, different places, Stanford, Punta Gorda, St. Petersburg, and also we have Contour, which goes to Philadelphia every day. So, yes, and we're hoping, one of the best flights we've ever had here was when we had Southwest when they flew to Washington.
Yes.
That flight was full all the time, and we're trying really hard to get something like that again.
I know the North Country Honor Flight really utilized that, and it's cost them a lot of money since then to get the chartered flights for their 8 flights that they send out every year. So this is going to be some breaking news. Chris Craig here will be up there. I imagine you'll be up there too, saying a few words.
I hope so.
If you're invited. Is there anything else, Bob, that I should ask you about that I'm just not smart enough to say here?
Oh, no, Calvin. I think you know quite a bit about this place yourself. It's looking for them new flights. That's what we're looking for. And one of the things in the very near future, I can honestly say, is we're looking for a flight out of the United States.
This is an international airport.
Right. The Dominican Republic or Jamaica, Cancun, somewhere in there. And I think that's going to happen also.
So although we're an international airport, we're not getting any coming or going internationally at the moment, correct?
Right. We're trying to get that funding from the federal government to get it passed, so we are an international airport. So
we are, but we're not.
Yes.
Not functioning as one at the moment.
We're not getting the money.
So that'll mean the people from the Customs and Immigration will be set up here. I know they've got spots already set. That's all set to go as soon as we...
Yes, we're doing that right now with cargo coming in and out of Plattsburgh. So we're doing a lot of that right now. So hopefully that's in the near future also.
Okay. It's supposed to be, I think, at 12 o'clock is game time. It's only 11:15, but we were told to be here by 11:15. We see some of the other legislators are here, and unless you have some
Well,
future words for us.
I think that everybody should realize that watches your program. This was a collective agreement with Breeze. The people that are really responsible for this are Chris Craig, our airport director, Jack Penning from Valair, our consultant, and most of all, the legislators. We passed some resolutions to really help this happen, and they deserve a lot of credit.
Well, that's because of your leadership in that area, Bob. And,
Thank you.
And if you come and say, we need this, then we know you've done your homework.
The legislator did a fantastic job, and I'm really happy about it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Mr. Robert Hall. The ceremony is about to start shortly. For those unfamiliar with the Plattsburgh International Airport, which the Chamber of Commerce has dubbed Montreal's U.S. airport. This is the former Plattsburgh Air Force Base, and there's a huge runway out here. This was a Strategic Air Command Air Force Base, so there is a huge runway and a lot of room for expansion here. And it's a beautiful day today. It's, as we said, kind of chilly outside, but you can get a nice view of the northern part of the Adirondack Mountains from here, as we're pointing the camera south. We'll be battling the sun here, the sun coming through that window we're just looking out of. This is Chris Craig, airport manager.
I'm going to have to use my outside voice then. Good morning. On behalf of the County and Plattsburgh International Airport, I want to welcome you to the event for us today, the introduction of Breeze Airways to North Country. We're very happy to have them here this morning, start their service at Plattsburgh International Airport. With us this morning, before we get on with our speakers, I'd like to introduce some of the folks in the audience that attended with us, or offered to come in today. With us from the governor, representing Governor Hochul, is Ali Webanero. We have New York State Senator Dan Steck, New York State Assemblyman Bill Jones, Chairman of the Legislature Mark Henry, Legislator Bob Hall, who is also the chairperson of the Plattsburgh International Airport Committee, Legislator Calvin Castine, Legislator Francis Perrier, Legislator Rick Potiker, Legislator Rob Timmons, Legislator Dan Pizzato, Legislator Wendell Hughes, Lake County Administrator Mike Zerlo, Town Plattsburgh Supervisor Michael Cashman, and from the Plattsburgh Chamber of Commerce representing the business community, Gary Douglas, President of the Chamber of Commerce. Before I introduce David Nealman, CEO and founder of Breeze Airways, I just want to take an opportunity to just say how excited we are to have Breeze start at the airport and come into the North Country. I want to thank the legislature for all their support over the years in developing the air service here. There's been a series of decisions made over the years that have been sometimes difficult, but they needed to be done, to move the air service development forward, so I thank them for that. I also want to thank our elected officials for their ongoing support of the airport and the community over the years as well. They've been invaluable with their advocacy for the things we've done at the airport. I also want to thank our air service consultant, Blair Aviation. They've also been instrumental in helping us with our air service development efforts over the years as well. Lastly, I want a special thank you to the staff at the airport. They come in every day, rain or shine, weekends, holidays, evenings. They are the ones that make this airport run. They're the ones that get things done at this airport. They are the ones that put together everything here this morning. And without their work, without their efforts, we could not have an airport. So I thank them deeply for their efforts, and I would like to give them a round of applause. I was remiss. There was one last thing I'd like to special thank you to Plattsburgh State University. They graciously agreed, Chartwell's, who does their food service for them, they graciously agreed to provide the cookies that we have this morning for handouts. So I thank them for their support with that. At this point, I'd like to turn over the microphone to Mr. David Nealman, CEO and founder of Breeze Airways. Wealth of experience in the aviation airline industry. In addition to founding Breeze Airways, he is the founder of JetBlue, founded Azul Airlines, a South American airline, and was a co-founder of WestJet. Not a whole lot more that I can say, but that is a track record that speaks for itself. So without no further words, I'm going to turn it over to this one.
Everybody's hold on. I have to lean over. It's great to be here with today. This is a great part of the country. You know, as I look over there to Miracle on Iceville over there. You were, Chris, reading all the list of the politicians and everyone here. I was half expecting Schumer to come flying out of nowhere. Yeah, he's on his way. Yeah, he like another airline. That's right. Chuck, when I first started JetBlue, I went to him, and he was a new senator, kind of junior senator from New York, and we met in a hotel, and kind of coffee shop there, and I said, like, if you can help me get some slots at JFK Airport, then I can start this airline. And he goes, all right, I'm going to do it. And since then, he's been my uncle, It shows up every time I'm in New York. Chuck seems to happen to show up. But so it's great to be here. It really is. And this air service is such an important part of the community. Being able to bring people to this great part of the country for summer and winter and all the winter activities in the summer, but also allow the residents to be able to go when it gets a little cold or when you want to see something different. So, I just want to thank everyone for their support. It's a challenging time in the airline business today. You've got, the bigger, the Spirits and the Frontiers. These ULCC guys are really struggling, and there's some question whether if they have any, financial viability. And our model is different, and a lot like Allegiant, but I like to say we're Allegiant better. We fly to where people don't fly. Spirit flies 90% of their routes are on top, flying with other airlines. 93% of our routes we fly where there's no competition. And so what that leads, and then we have this beautiful airplane out here, and our crews are incredible. Our flight attendants and our pilots, they do such a great job, and the ease of booking and all of that. But this airplane allows us, and it was just made just across the border here, at least designed. It was made in Alabama, but it was actually designed and created just across the border over there in Maryville. But what it allows us to do is to, usually you try and pack as many seats in as you possibly can. And if this airplane has 145 seats in it, we took out 8 seats. And with those 8 seats, we were able to create 12 first class seats and 45 extra legroom seats. And yeah, we charge a little more for this. It's all guys talking. So we have 45 extra legroom seats, and it's 2 and 3, so almost nobody gets a middle seat unless you are with your family and want it. But we do a lot of surveying of our customers, and there's a thing called the NPS. It's a Net Promoter Score, where you find out how many people are your actual promoters. And what is shocking me, and I've founded airlines on 2 separate continents, and had one in Europe and had one, the largest airline in Brazil. We've got an NPS score of 70, which is the highest I've ever seen. It's higher than Apple's NPS score. And that's a combination of great crews, a great airplane, but also the ability to provide premium product to our customers. And also, I think probably because we fly in places that people don't fly, and they're so appreciative that you can fly from Plattsburgh to MCO, go right into MCO International. We'll be flying to Tampa, International here next month, next month. So, being able to have that service, people are so appreciative, and they really love the service. So, I hope all of you that are here with visitors tags on will come fly us, come try us out, because we stay where people support us, and we grow where people support us. We have cities, we start with 1 destination, we have 22 destinations. And I know that there's a lot of places you'd like to go. So thanks again, and thank you for everyone from Breeze that's here. And we're really grateful to be here, and come fly us and we'll take good care of you. The other hallmark about us is we try never to cancel flight. If it's really bad weather or something, obviously. Last month we had 2,600 departures, and there were 3 flights out of 2,700. This month, last time I heard, we had to cancel some flights. So you can rely on us. We'll take care of you. So thanks again, and it's great to be here.
Now, Chairman Mark Henry from the legislature say a few words.
Thank you, Chris, and it will be a few words. I know everybody's anxious to do other things. It's been a pleasure to represent Clinton County. I always enjoy that. I'm always honored by that. I particularly want to thank Breeze Airlines. You've been so great to work with. You've been over backwards to be here. We appreciate all that you've done. We appreciate that you're being here. And we look forward to continuing on and getting bigger and better, as they say. So thank you, Dave. This is never done by one person or one group. Obviously, Breeze Airlines has a lot to do with that. There's a lot of folks that work to get this done. Many of them are here today. The Senator, Billy Jones, Michael Cashman, the Clinton County Legislature, Mike Zerlo. There are so many. Gary Douglas, the Chamber of Commerce, and of course Bobby Hall, who's the chairman of our airport committee. All of these folks work together to get this here today, to get these flights here, to get them to Orlando. But there is a group of folks here that are more important than anyone, and that's the folks that are flying this airline out of Plattsburgh. We know you have a choice. There's a lot of airports and airlines in this immediate area. So we would like to thank you for choosing Plattsburgh to fly out of, and for choosing Breeze Airlines to fly to Orlando. We hope you have a great inaugural flight. You'll be the first one on there. Thank you very much. We chose an auspicious day to travel. The travel industry has declared that today is Travel Tuesday. So you are flying on the best day of the year, on the best airline, on the best airport. So thank you very much, and we appreciate it.
I'll turn it over to Bob Hall, Chairman of the Plattsburgh International Airport Committee.
Good morning, everyone. This is a big honor for me because I catch all the rough words when it doesn't go well at this airport. I am so happy that you're here. This is going to be a great relationship. And I listened to every word he said, and I think the one thing that I really caught on to is there can be other flights. There will be other flights if we use this airport. I look at all the people in here. There's over 100 people on this flight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Use it all the time. This is a great airline. They will go other places, and we need them. Last but not least, this would have not happened without Breeze, number one. Our county legislators, which did a fantastic job of supporting this. All 10 of us came together and worked really hard to make this happen. Our county administrator, Mike Zerlo, did a fantastic job. And last but not least, our chairman of the airport, Craig King, and our consultant, Jack Penning. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to more flights. Thank you. Have a great trip.
Last but certainly not least, Gary Douglas, Chairperson, or President and CEO of Country Chamber of Commerce, with a few closing remarks.
Thank you, Chris. Well, I think we can all agree on one thing. Traveling from Plattsburgh to Orlando and Tampa is now truly a breeze. Welcome aboard. Thank you to our friends for joining a partnership, because that's what this is, a partnership. It's not just a plane landing here and taking off. It's going to be a rich collaboration going forward on marketing and maximizing the success of this operation, leading hopefully to other things in the future for both of us. Cal Castine recently shared a video from 18 years ago of the concrete breaking, yes, it was a concrete breaking, not groundbreaking, on this site by then Chairman Jimmy Langley with a jackhammer to build the first terminal here to establish Plattsburgh International Airport. There was a vision then which not everybody could see, in fact many couldn't see until it became a reality, of going from Clinton County Airport to basically a secondary airport from Montreal an hour north, to give that market access to air carriers that otherwise could never access that market. And in the process, to give people here in the North Country services that were unimaginable. Did any of you imagine 20 years ago, when we were at Clinton County Airport, that you would step on a jet and fly to Florida out of Plattsburgh non-stop? I mean, it was unimaginable. It's now become taken for granted, which is a mark of success and a mark of how ingrained this operation has become. We went through a serious bump, as our friends did in the airline industry and all airports did through the pandemic. But they're back, including our Canadian friends, who are back at a 92% level compared to 2019 pre-pandemic. They are anxious to do things in Plattsburgh, and they're anxious to do things leaving Plattsburgh for Plattsburgh International Airport. And together we're going to tap that market, and we're going to make it a rich and successful one for you, my friend. And onward and upward, let's all support this great step forward. Let's make it the great success it can be for Montreal's airport to be ever greater success year after year.
Thank everyone for coming out today. I guess the media would like to go onto the aircraft and take some pictures. We'll get you folks together, get you on the aircraft, and then if possible, I'd like to see Mr. Nealman, Gary Douglas, Mark, Bobby, Senator Steck, Senator Jones, Supervisor Cashman, Ali, Mike Zerlo, and Chris Victor from Blair, and this one here. Thank you again. Welcome.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
The various local media has gathered out here. People who wanted to take an inside look have had that opportunity. You can see it takes a whole lot of folks to get a plane off the ground, and we don't want to leave here on this November 28th without mentioning the snow. This is a huge facility to keep clean, and it's a really challenge, I'm sure, to keep the snow off of here, to keep these flights going throughout the winter. So we applaud the staff and under the leadership of Chris Craig and how they're able to keep these flights going. You can imagine when you got a snowstorm in your yard and it takes an hour to get it cleaned out. You can imagine multiplying that by what you see here and what a challenge it is. So the folks will be coming down shortly. We'll try to get them as they come down the steps. They'll be spraying champagne on the front of the aircraft, as far as I know. I was offered a champagne bottle as a county legislator, but I thought holding the camera would be more important than spraying champagne on the plane. There's plenty of people that'll be doing that. I have to point out I have my winter coat on, a sweatshirt underneath, and my hood is up. So I am feeling the pain of these guys here. The wind is to my back, and these folks are making their way down here, led by Michael Zerlo and the man from Breeze. And Bobby Hall's the first of the elected officials to race down here. So we'll get everybody coming down the steps. And then we'll head over to where we can get a shot of the spraying here. I'm going to stay upwind of where they'll be sprayed here. They were on the other side of the plane, but they smartened up and decided that having the wind to their back is a much better idea than having the spray come back at you. There we go. I see them. They're spraying it. There we go. Don't spray the windshield.
De-icing it.
Yeah.
You know, Dan, I'm real disappointed you didn't hit that windshield with your height. Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
Pouring it out.
Yeah.
There we go. The christening of the plane here, so to speak. Oh, there we go. Breeze Airlines, its inaugural flight to Orlando, Florida. So if you've ever wanted to go to Orlando, Florida, check out the Breeze Airline site here. Go to Plattsburgh International Airport. You'll find that a ticket back and forth isn't all that much. And we're back inside to close it out. Gary Douglas did mention that pseudo groundbreaking that we had here. He said it was 18 years ago. They brought in a pile of dirt and put it on the top of the tarmac, and the officials broke the ground here. And of course, this airbase closed, I believe it was 1995 at Plattsburgh Air Force Base. Closed its doors, so it's been a transition, an ongoing transition, and with people like Chris Craig and Bobby Hall and Mike Zerlo leading the way, this and Mark Henry, the bigger and better days ahead. So thanks for watching Hometown Cable. It's a busy day here in the North Country, and a bright day on the horizon.